Tiffany Dufu, Drop the Ball, Achieving More by Doing Less. Looking to achieve more both at work and in your personal life? Drop the Ball, Achieving More by Doing Less offers keen insights into the challenges faced by modern career-driven women in their pursuit of success. Juggling professional aspirations while bearing the lion's share of domestic responsibilities entangles women in a state of ceaseless exhaustion. This captivating book by Tiffany Dufu informs you how to break free from overburdened expectations, debunk traditional gender roles, and practice effective delegation to create a more balanced and fulfilling life. Read on to discover how constructing a more equitable workload can boost relationships, career trajectories, and overall well-being.
Escaping the do-it-all trap. Being an aspiring manager in a fast-paced company is challenging, but add being a mother to the equation and suddenly the expectations seem impossible. Women have made leaps and bounds in the professional world but still face immense pressure to excel both in their careers and at home. With gender equality yet to be achieved, the modern expectation to do it all leaves many women stretched thin or feeling guilty for not fulfilling traditional roles. Acknowledging and addressing this imbalance is essential for societal progress. Imagine you're an aspiring manager in an exciting, fast-paced company. Your days consist of meetings, report writing, and emailing colleagues. Once 5 o'clock rolls around, it's time to switch gears. You're a mother with a whole new set of responsibilities. Picking up the children, cooking dinner, and tackling laundry consume your evenings. Exhaustion is your constant companion, and you wonder how long you can sustain this lifestyle. The hard truth is that the modern expectation to do it all is an unrealistic goal. As women have taken on a more significant role in public life, pursuing professional careers has become a standard expectation. While the shift is positive, gender equality still remains elusive. Women make up half of the workforce, but only hold 18% of leadership positions. One reason for this imbalance is the disproportion of housework and traditionally feminine responsibilities that working women continue to bear. The American Time Use Survey found 50% of women handle daily house chores, whereas only 20% of men do. This doesn't imply that men are lazy or intentionally burdening their partners. Unconscious gender biases and unexamined societal norms influence how work is allocated, putting women in a uniquely disadvantageous position. These disparities are also psychological. The same study found that only 19% of millennial men felt having children impeded their professional growth, while a staggering 58% of women felt motherhood negatively impacted their careers. Even when families have the resources to hire help, some women still experience feelings of guilt and failure for not handling household tasks themselves. The unfair expectations and the do-it-all mentality force women into a lose-lose situation. They're either overwhelmed by a never-ending workload or feel guilt over neglecting traditional roles. It is essential to recognize this problematic dynamic and explore practical solutions to create a more equitable and supportive world for both men and women. By confronting this challenge head-on, we can redefine expectations, promote equality, and enable all individuals to thrive in their work and personal lives. Unpacking home chore inequality. To-do lists are a part of everyone's life, but the tasks that populate them vary greatly, often revealing a stark gender imbalance when it comes to household responsibilities. This inequality is rooted in outdated gender roles and unconsciously adopted expectations. To create a more equitable division of labor, it's crucial for couples to have open discussions about responsibilities and work together to establish routines that satisfy both partners. In all households, chores must be done, and to-do lists are generated either mentally or physically. However, the process of deciding who does what is often left to chance, influenced by ingrained habits or unconscious biases. This potentially leads to an unfair distribution of tasks. One partner, typically the man, may perform a single chore like washing the car weekly, while the woman is left to manage the majority of domestic responsibilities. Achieving a balanced workload in relationships does not happen by accident. Couples develop habits and routines over time, dictating how they spend their time and who's responsible for certain chores. Unfortunately, this doesn't guarantee an equal division of tasks. Research shows that even in households where both parents work, women still carry out nearly 80% of the household chores. The reasons for this glaring imbalance can be traced back to historically entrenched gender roles. If individuals grow up in an environment where fathers work and mothers handle domestic affairs, they may unknowingly replicate the same division of labor in their own relationships. However, modern sensibilities and dual-income households call for a re-evaluation of these outdated expectations. The path to a fairer workload begins with open dialogue between partners. Candid conversations about how to divide household tasks can prevent resentment from festering and promote a more equitable distribution of responsibilities. As couples re-examine their routines and expectations, they may need to compromise, letting go of the belief that chores should be done a certain way, especially if one partner has been doing them for years. The author refers to this mindset as home control disease, which can also breed resentment if not addressed. Communication is the remedy, as partners should work together to establish methods that satisfy both individuals. By confronting and consciously reallocating household duties, couples can foster a healthier, more balanced ecosystem within the home. Delegate wisely, save time. After a tiring day, imagine coming home to a seemingly never-ending to-do list. This is where the art of delegation comes in, focusing on what you do best and asking for help with the rest. Smart delegation considers personal strengths and priorities, allowing you to allocate your limited energy effectively. It's also essential to delegate with joy by clearly communicating your needs and emphasizing how sharing responsibilities benefits everyone involved. You've had a long day at work, and as you return home, you're overwhelmed by the number of pending tasks on your to-do list. However, meeting that loving gaze from your partner sprawled out on the couch, you realize that many of these tasks could have been readily delegated. Now, it's time to master the art of effective delegation. The essential directive to remember is to focus on what you do best, and delegate the rest. Every person has limitations in time and energy. Hence, the key is to change the way you allocate these valuable resources. By asking others to share the burden, you can make that infinite to-do list a lot more manageable. But how do you select the tasks suitable for delegation? The answer lies in considering strengths and priorities. Identify the tasks you excel at and those that align with your core values. Spend your limited energy where it's most required. This approach stems from the law of comparative advantage. For instance, you have the ability to gather groceries and choose great books for your child, but you only have enough time for one of these tasks. The law of comparative advantage suggests that while a service can effectively get your groceries, only you can do justice to your child's bedtime stories. The decision becomes simple: have the groceries delivered. While hiring help is one solution, delegating to friends or partners can be slightly trickier. The crucial aspect here is delegating joyfully. Be clear and direct about the assistance you need and explain the underlying rationale. Emphasize the mutual benefits of sharing responsibilities, such as building stronger relationships and enhancing personal potential in diverse areas. Don't squander your precious time and energy on something that can be handled by others. Instead, embrace the power of delegation, prioritize your strengths, and make sure to delegate with joy. This will lead to a more fulfilling and less exhausting life. Divide and conquer chores. When managing household tasks, it's essential to establish clear responsibilities and hold each other accountable. Sit down with your partner and make a list of all chores, then assign them based on your individual skills and values. Stick to the designated roles and avoid picking up the slack for one another. This maintains balance and prevents an unhealthy dynamic. Also, recognize when certain tasks should be delegated to professional help or can be disregarded entirely. And remember, it's always okay to ask for support from friends and neighbors when needed. Imagine you and your partner with a growing mountain of unopened mail. You might be tempted to step in and handle it all, but doing so might send the wrong message, that whenever your partner neglects a chore, you'll pick up the slack. The better strategy is to establish fair and clear roles and responsibilities, not only in the workplace but also within the domestic sphere. An essential part of being an effective manager is delegating assignments and trusting colleagues to finish them on time. In relationships, it's crucial to adopt the same mindset, otherwise, imbalances in who does what can breed resentment. In fact, studies have shown that 30% of men admit to skipping chores, knowing their partners will complete them. To create a healthy and balanced dynamic, sit down with your partner and list every household task, large and small. Then, divide the chores based on individual skills and preferences. For example, one person may be more adept at daily tasks like emptying the dishwasher, while the other may excel at infrequent, time-consuming tasks like managing family finances. Once all tasks are accounted for, stick to the assigned roles. By doing so, you establish accountability, ensuring each person takes care of their responsibilities. This exercise may also reveal that certain tasks don't belong to either of you and can be assigned to hired help or left undone. In case the load is overwhelming, don't hesitate to reach out to your support network. Friends and neighbors are often more than willing to help if you've cultivated strong relationships. Embracing diverse approaches. Trusting others with tasks can be difficult, but it is crucial to refrain from micromanaging, accept different ways of doing things, and express gratitude whenever a job is completed. This understanding and flexibility can lead to better results, stronger partnerships, and time-saving solutions. Imagine your kitchen faucet is leaking, and your busy schedule doesn't allow time for you to fix it. You ask your partner to handle the situation, but return to find the leak replaced with an unattractive tap. Instead of giving in to frustration and swapping the tap yourself, consider accepting the outcome, appreciating the effort, and enjoying the leak-free sink. The essence of this scenario is that there are many approaches to achieving an objective. People often fall into the trap of micromanaging others' efforts, especially when they are particular, perfectionistic, or accustomed to doing things their way. This mindset creates additional work and can strain relationships. A study in the UK revealed that women spend 3 hours weekly redoing chores they found unsatisfactory when performed by their partners. Learning to compromise on tasks and acknowledging diverse methods can save everyone's time and energy. By leaving room for experimentation, you might discover superior solutions. For instance, the author used to struggle with finding babysitters because she would individually email candidates and wait for responses. When she delegated the task to her husband, he quickly texted all potential sitters simultaneously, hiring the first to accept, a much more efficient approach. Upon task completion, don't forget to express gratitude. Appreciation, whether through simple words of thanks or grander gestures, makes people feel valued and encourages them to offer help in the future. Be specific about what you admired in their efforts, and over time, they may even integrate your preferences into their approaches. Embracing diversity in the completion of tasks not only strengthens partnerships but also leads to more effective and efficient outcomes. Expect more from men. In 2014, baseball player Daniel Murphy's decision to take paternity leave sparked controversy, revealing society's expectation for men to prioritize their careers over their home lives. Destructive gender stereotypes contribute to the unequal distribution of domestic labor and the notion that men are incapable of such tasks. To achieve true equality, we must encourage men to actively participate in childcare and household duties. By embracing this equal partnership in both work and home, families will experience a more balanced life, and women will have greater opportunities to pursue professional achievements. In 2014, New York Mets player Daniel Murphy faced criticism when he took paternity leave to care for his newborn child, highlighting the widespread belief that men should always prioritize their careers over their home lives. This notion is just one of many gender stereotypes responsible for the unequal distribution of domestic labor and the reinforcement of traditional gender roles. The myth that men are either unwilling or unable to help with household duties is prevalent in popular culture, where sitcoms often feature inept husbands and fathers bumbling through cooking, cleaning, or child-rearing. These stereotypes perpetuate the idea that only women are competent caregivers, while men risk appearing less masculine if they take on these roles. To rectify this imbalance and foster greater gender equality, we must challenge these stereotypes and learn to expect more from men. By encouraging them to become proficient and involved caregivers, we can create more balanced family dynamics and promote equal partnership as a desirable goal for both men and women. This shift in expectations and norms can also greatly impact economic equality. When women receive support from their partners in their domestic lives, they can more freely pursue professional ambitions and reach higher positions within their careers. In fact, the new CEO report discovered that female chief executives often attribute their success to having a partner who shares equal responsibility in home life. By expecting more from men in domestic tasks, we're ultimately paving the way for a society that values and promotes true gender equality at work and at home. Embracing well-being for success. Women make up a significant percentage of entry-level positions, but these numbers drastically decline in executive roles. This disparity arises from the pressure to manage numerous tasks and uphold unrealistic expectations. To overcome this, prioritize your well-being through daily practices such as exercise, networking, visibility, and adequate sleep. By doing so, you'll create a stronger foundation for long-term professional success. In today's corporate world, approximately 53% of entry-level jobs are held by women. However, when it comes to executive-level positions, this number drastically drops to a mere 14%. Similarly, law firm associates are composed of 45% women, but female partners account for only 19%. The root of this issue lies in the enormous pressure on women to juggle various tasks, thus overshadowing their own needs and well-being. To bridge this gap, women must prioritize their well-being, enabling smoother paths to success. The author suggests implementing the 4 GoTOS, 4 daily practices essential for long-term prosperity. First, exercise regularly as it enhances overall health, relieves stress, and could even improve decision-making. Integrating physical activity into your routine contributes to a balanced lifestyle. Second, consistently nurture your network, including personal and professional connections. Reach out to colleagues, mentors, and peers via social gatherings or online platforms. These relationships will support you during challenging periods. Third, increase your visibility by attending conferences, seminars, and workshops. This showcases your accomplishments and expertise, facilitating recognition from others within your field. Lastly, prioritize sleep. Adequate rest is crucial for optimal performance, so establish a routine that enables at least 8 hours of sleep per night. Don't hesitate to disconnect from distractions that may disrupt your rest. The 4 GoTOS may seem demanding, but by assessing your obligations and refocusing on essential tasks, you will create time for these practices. Ultimately, prioritizing your well-being will empower you to achieve more in your professional journey.
Drop the Ball offers a roadmap to finding balance and achieving success in today's fast-paced world for working women. Through adopting strategies like deliberate delegation, dropping perfectionist tendencies, and communication with your partner in dividing tasks, we can break free from traditional gender roles that hinder professional aspirations. This book emphasizes that prioritizing your own well-being is essential in attaining long-term success, and encourages implementing the 4 GoTOS: exercise, networking, attending visibility events, and getting proper sleep to enhance one's performance in both work and relationships. By embracing these strategies, readers will be empowered to drop those tasks that don't serve their personal and professional growth, and ultimately achieve more while doing less.